Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at restringing an electric guitar with a fixed bridge. Now the first thing you want to do is loosen the strings off. The reason we loosen them is we don't want them snapping back at us when we start taking them off. Now I didn't have a string winder, so I had to do it by hand. If you have a string winder though, use a string winder, much quicker. So now we need to remove the strings. The easiest way is to cut them. If you can't cut them though, just carefully unthread them from the tune. On a guitar with a fixed bridge, it's absolutely fine to take off all your strings at the same time. If you have a Floyd Rose or a tremolo, however, there's a slightly different method. Next thing we now need to do is give the fingerboard a good clean. Spray a bit of cleaner onto a cloth and start cleaning the fretboard. You want to be removing all the grime and dirt that builds up between changing strings. If it's really bad, you might have to do it a second time. Now, I also had some conditioner, so I decided to put that on as well. So after we clean the fingerboard, we want to give the rest of the guitar a nice clean. Using some polish, clean the headstock and the body. If you have any, use some wax to shine up the guitar. Now, here's the first tip. Using a pencil, rub a bit of pencil lead into the grooves of the nut. This helps reduce the friction between the strings in the nut. This can also help prevent the strings getting caught on the nut and jumping out of tune. If you want, you can also rub a bit of pencil lead into the bridge. And carefully feed the strings through the end of the bridge. And here's the next tip. You can use the tuning pegs to measure how much string to leave for winding around the tuning pegs. If you have 3 pegs per side on the headstock, pull the string back twice the distance between 2 adjacent tuning pegs. So once and twice. So now just bend the string up to keep it out of the way. If your guitar has all 6 pegs on one side, you'll want to pull the string back 4 times the distance of 2 adjacent pegs. So our next tip is to help stop the string from slipping while we're tuning. With the slack string, you want to wrap it around the tuning peg once. You want to make sure you're wrapping it above the end of the string. Now start tightening the string. You want to make sure it now wraps underneath the end of the string. As you can see, the string is wound once above and then below. This causes the coiled string to pinch the end that's poking out, holding it in place. We now want to repeat the process for the rest of the strings. So once again, once, twice. We're then bending the string up again, wrapping around over the top once, and then winding underneath. Now that we've wound all the strings on, it's time to cut the ends off to keep it tidy. Now for one of the most important tips, stretching your strings. So starting on the low E, placing our finger over on the nut, we're going to then give it a pull on the 12th fret with our other hand. We're now going to repeat the process for the other strings. And here's another tip, always tune up to a note by tightening the string rather than down to a note by loosening the string. If you tune down to a note, it's likely to go out of tune when you start playing. So now tune up your guitar, give them another stretch. If they're out of tune, Tune up again until they stop going out of tune. And now that we're all done, it's time to enjoy our strings.